Hello everyone, my name is Jocelyn, you may call me Joy, and today I want to make a short video about some of the work that I've been having done lately in terms of body modification. So we'll start from the most recent and work back. A couple of days ago I had a tattoo of a skull and rose on my arm, and here it is. It is absolutely gorgeous. This was done by Jack at Opus, and I asked for something very sort of just black and white, simple shading, and this is what I got. And he was just like, "This is amazing." I'm so blown away by how like this took an hour. Like. I'm still so blown away, and it's so like it's not quite finished healing, but I'm just super impressed with it. This is actually based on the very recent design of Shakespeare pound coins. I will put a image on the screen for you to sort of compare. And yeah, I just love this so much. Look at this detail. And it was just like done so quick. And the lines are great, and I'm just so impressed. So I've got a couple of projects that I think would be really great for his style. That's probably gonna have to wait until next year, because I don't think I'll be able to get anything for the rest of this year. So in addition to that, I also had a few other tattoos by Rob, the same person who did these clouds. This is the most recent one from him. This is the symbol of the Black Dragon clan from Mortal Kombat. This is, although it is old timeline, not new timeline. But who doesn't love the Black Dragon? Who doesn't love a bad boy asshole? Like, and this is just so damn cool, and I love it. It's very bright, like, it's very bold, it's very striking. It's also fairly simple, and I kind of like that. Yeah, in fact, I think the skull might be a bit too much detail, but I'm not going to complain, you know? The other thing that I had done recently by him was my lightning bolts. So here we have my lightning bolts. I've been wanting these done for a very long time now. And I was kind of putting off because I thought, you know, oh, I want to lose some weight first. I want to look a bit slimmer first. And then, like, that hasn't been happening in years. And to be honest, lockdown, you know, I gained weight. And since coming out of lockdown, I've lost a bit of weight. So I thought, if not now, when? So I thought I'd treat myself. And the other thing that I was sort of worried about was the pain, because I'd heard that on the belly area was quite sensitive, and it was really not. It was really easy to do. I was just lie back, you know, I could have quite happily passed out, just like gone to sleep. But yeah, it was a little bit like spicy, the closer to the lower ribs. But generally, like, I didn't have any sort of problems with that. I don't know if it's to do with the fact that I do have a little bit of padding down there, but it's something that now that I've done it, it's like, let's get more done there. That was a cinch. So something that I have had done that I cannot show you on YouTube is I had a reverse PA piercing done, and I already had the PA, and then I have this new reverse PA, which, for those of you who do not know, it is a piercing that goes in through the urethra and then up, like out the top. I will try and find a non-graphic visual aid for that, and show that on the screen. And that was very painful. That I screamed. No shame in it. I screamed. And I also bled everywhere. So like it was just running all down my legs, down my butt crack, everywhere. Like all over this guy's couch. And yeah, pretty sure he had to spend some time cleaning that up afterwards, after I left. And healing is going well. This was 3 months ago. I can now wear tight pants. I had to wear lots of loose-fitting clothes down there for a while. And I, you know, obviously keeping it clean and keeping it like free from restriction. Obviously, that's difficult in polite society. So I actually started wearing my work apron to one side, just to sort of like not have things knocking against it whilst it's healing. And it's fine now, it's good, it's not painful anymore. I think it might have been a little bit better if we'd started with a 2mm, but he just went straight for the 3, and I said, oh, okay. I was planning to stretch it up to a 3 anyway, so sure, but yeah, it might have been easier to heal with a smaller, like a thinner bar. But still, it's going well. I mean, it's healed in the superficial sense that it's healed. It's still like, it takes about 6 weeks to get the superficial healing. And then it takes about 6 months for like proper fully healed healing. But yeah, it's really good. And it's also like an area that moves a lot. Like if it's like on a belly button, you don't really move that area, but like lips move. So it takes longer for them to heal. Same with that, like it moves. And now that I have the PA and the reverse PA, like both coming out of the same hole, basically I piss like a demented fountain, which is a thing that I have to live with. But it looks really, really cool, so I'm prepared to deal with that. And you know, I'm not massively inconvenienced by it at all. Lastly, I do want to mention that I am still continuing with the tattoo laser removal on this wrist here. Hopefully you can see on the sort of how that is going. Compare this, which is fairly like 3 years old, something like that, to this, which is now grey. A lot of the infill has come out, especially here. These parts, these real problem areas, I'm just not even touching those because it's so raised and scarred. And I'm waiting for an appointment at Exeter to basically see a dermatology team about removing the scar tissue medically, because that ain't normal. It's bumpy, it's weird. It's it's not healthy. And like it's not even this area of skin because this no scar tissue here at all. This like lots of hard scar tissue. So it's definitely just something that went wrong with that tattooist. But the rest of it's coming out, like the ink is sort of fading nicely. It's gonna be a couple of years, I think, before I actually try again with like going over it what I intended for it to be, which is kind of sad. But I need to have it all like taken out and let the skin heal properly and like really just let it heal properly. I'm also removing these two spikes here because they sort of intrude on this design here and I don't like that. That's the catch up of the end of this year for me and my tattooing, piercing, lasering, body modificationing. As for the other laser that I was doing, the facial hair removal, I have finished that now. I may need a top up at some point, but I am now very, very smooth here and it's lovely. So that's all good. I will, of course, continue to get more tattoos in the new year. I just have, you know, a lot of commitments to sort of deal with for the remainder of this year. I do have something booked in for the end of February, and I have another laser session on I think mid-December. But I will not be like booking anything else for a little while. At least you know the rest of this year. So anyway, do take care out there when you are getting you know work done, because even people that you trust can still do this. And yeah, as always, my lovelies, non-binary is valid. God damn it. Ciao.